with our out of the box march. March out of the box. So today is going to be a little simpler in explanation, but it might be a lot more for you to actually gather up your stuff. So it's just a box. I say that and it's just a box, but you're gonna have to piece that box apart. We're gonna do art easels, and this is for my particularly creative kids who want to draw using an easel in their house. So I'm gonna show you how to create one just out of flaps. So what you're gonna need is 2 flaps of a box, and I do mean like a bigger box, kind of like this, because you can see this is a flap on a box. And the bigger the flap is, or the wider, the better, because we're going for like 8 by 10 can fit on it, so you can see. So a bigger box. Or one long cardboard piece would also work. So I used 2 pieces and glued them together. And I'm going to show you what I did. You need some duct tape. You're going to need some rubber bands. And you're going to need a clothespin. So I'm just going to walk you through how I did this. I'm going to unhook it here. So this is just one big piece of cardboard, right? So I actually used 2 overlapping pieces of cardboard. And what I did is I cut off a side, and the sides actually ended up allowing me to cut off another piece because of the construction of the box. You can't see it in this one because it doesn't do the same. But my box kind of had another flap attached. So I liked that. This little flap, I cut off this whole piece, and then I cut off another whole piece. So basically the same shape, and the bottom I glued together. And you can't really see that right now, but I'm telling you. So if you have just the one flap, what you're gonna wanna do is mark out a section to be a rectangle, so that when you fold it up, it's like that. It's a triangular shape. So that's what we're going for. It's a simple construction. So then once I got the shape that I was going for, I went around. I didn't want all my loose edges, because obviously you're cutting this out with some scissors off your box. I went around and I duct taped it together. You can make this way more pretty than I decided to do, and the kids can really get into doing that. So I just didn't want the frayed edges to get in the way of when I taped my papers down. So then we have it fold up like that, and literally you're just folding. That's it. And so then I wanted to be able to make it stay up. So I punched a hole, job for older sibling or parent, punched a hole in the top, and I'll show you. All I did was put a rubber band through the first loop, and then, do a little number like that so that it's not coming apart. And then you can then push it on through that back loop. Now here's the thing I like most about this. If you like this kind of more straight up feel, that's fine. But if you don't, you can actually get this and a little more of a lean by doing that. Now here's how you keep the place that you want. This is where your clothespin comes in handy. I hot glued it sideways so that when I put my rubber band through it, it'll just hold it. And even if you don't think that holds very well, you can loop it around to make sure you get it to stay where you want it. And there you go. So, and I want mine, I like it standing up a little bit more, but you do have an adjustability thing going on here, which I kind of like. And again, if the kids like to draw a lot, this is a thing that will help them. It's always better if they have a little bit of a slant to actually draw. So then after you have this constructed, oh, actually, I want to show you this part too. Inside, you need to also punch holes, or you can. You don't have to. I thought to make it easier for just having everything together, if you wanted to put your palette and a brush there, all I did, I'll let you see, I punched holes there and there, and then on the back I used paper clip and connected the parts, and it's pretty tight. And this one I doubled up for the brush because the brush is smaller, but same kind of deal, keeps it compact. And so, and if you didn't want to do that, this would be a little more able to store, because you could lay it flat. Because that's the other thing. I know you don't need one more thing to take up one more piece of space. So if you think about it, this could be stored flush, or if you have a little bit of room, it's not going to kill you to have like a little triangle sitting somewhere waiting and ready. So let me show you. So the other thing is, I would use washi tape or painter's tape to tape down my stuff onto cardboard, because it is cardboard. So it with other tape, it's probably going to take a lot longer, or it'll take some skin off, and you don't want that. But yeah, just tape it on. Then tape it down. You don't have to use as much tape as I'm doing. But what this does do is it gives you a nice border on your paper too, so that you are framing the image that you are creating, which I like. And it's, if you can't run out and get a frame or a mat right away, it's kind of your own frame and your own mat already. So there you go. There is your own little tabletop easel that you can just go to town on. And I know tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, so you guys can have fun doing your 4-leaf clovers or whatever kind of St. Patrick's Day painting you want to paint. All right, guys, I hope you're enjoying March Out of the Box with me. You guys, artistic fellows and girls, have fun. Catch us on Facebook and YouTube.